So next we have an interesting session by Mr. Umair Mohammed, the founder and CEO of Wigzo. So we will have an AV of Wigzo on our screen, please.
Today I'm going to talk about how we're utilizing data for growing and scaling up D2C brands. Right, so very quickly, typically we launched in 2014. We work with some of the fastest growing direct-to-consumer brands in India right now. Some of the names that you can see on front of you, we have the likes of Power Gummies, Libas, Bold Care, and typically retailers as well, like W for Women, and some of my favorite brands are there, by the way. Some I shop personally, and some of them my wife shops. But yes, you saw Snitch's co-founder as well on the stage before the panel. So Snitch is also a Wigzo customer. Today, we power more than 1,000 plus direct-to-consumer brands across India and US. Obviously, this is the D2C track. I don't have to tell about how the direct-to-consumer brands have grown, but very, very clearly, and this is something that I was talking in the speakers lounge, is the growth that has happened over the last couple of years is unprecedented. We've not seen that kind of user growth in ages, right? I've been in the e-commerce industry for almost a decade, and I've not seen that kind of user growth, shopping, buying, repeat purchases. But with that, obviously comes data challenges as well, right? How do you consolidate data into a single integrated interface? How do you bring that data together to ensure that you're utilizing it to the maximum potential? You're using your data to grow, to fuel your growth. So, very quickly, and obviously all the memes that you will see in the presentation are a work of our marketing team. I had nothing to do with it, so bear with me. So obviously from a purely data perspective, what direct-to-consumer brands have seen is the types of data that they typically get, right? They get personal level data, which is the PII, which is personally identifiable information, their email addresses, their demographic data, their mobile devices, what they're using. They also get their behavioral data, what they're looking at a typical junction at a particular web page, what product they were looking at, what category affinity they have shown. All of that behavioral data also comes into a different type of data set. They have the transactional data, obviously. Transactional data is typically order level data, which is what they've ordered, when, how much months, time, day it has happened since their last order, and typically what has been their repeat purchase rate, retention rate, XYZ. It comes in the transactional data flow, right? And obviously, finally, they have the catalog data, which is their SKU level analytics of what is the velocity of sales of each SKU, which channel is driving what SKU growth, and typically what has led to the sale of a particular SKU, which variant, small, medium, is coming from which channel. So that is also something that comes under. Now, the pertinent question again is, how do you utilize this data? All of these are jargons, right? I'm sure you have heard of this countless number of times. How do we utilize this data? It's a lot of data which is coming. With that growth that we have seen over the last couple of years, there is a lot of inflow of data. How do you utilize it to ensure that you're building towards scalability, you're building towards a profitable direct-to-consumer brand, right? So just a quick this thing, how Wigzo does it is it collects clickstream data, transactional data into a single integrated data warehouse, right? All of your transactional, catalog, behavioral, personal data comes under a single integrated interface, and what buttons a person is clicking, what is their journey, where are they in their journey is completely mapped down to the last click. Mapped with their transactional data as well. So if someone is texting you, where is my order on WhatsApp, then what is their last order? What has been their repeat purchase rate? What is their average order value? How long have they been customer? All of these questions can be now answered by a single click using our technology. But how do we use this data, right? So typically when we ask marketers, and this is the reply a lot of brands give, that they've thought about it, they want to use it, but how do we break the data silos? How do you bring it together? And that's what typically the reply is. So few things that we have done is because we work only with direct-to-consumer brands, because we only work with one single industry, we have streamlined our platform to an extent that you don't have to think about what types of cohorts or customers or a segmentation am I going to build in terms of running hyper-targeted personalized campaigns. So these types of segmentations or cohorts are now available from the very first go. By a single button click, by a single integration, all of these cohorts are now available, ready to use inside the dashboard, right? From running, for example, finding out people who have not purchased you since 3 months to finding your high AOV customers, your big spenders, what products are they buying, and all these cohorts are not just customer or order-led cohorts. All these cohorts are also SKU-led cohorts, so that you don't get half-hearted information of what this, how many orders or how many customers fall in this cohort, but also what products are they buying, right? Don't you want to know what your big spenders are buying and how different it is to what your low AOV customers are buying or your discount shoppers are buying? And I'll give you the answer after working with 1,000+ brands. Mostly SKU level, catalog level differs at cohort level data, right? So discount shoppers are buying different SKUs, different products than your big spenders. Typically bundling also. So what product, if product X is your hero, then what are the products that are being sold with product X? What are those, how do you bundle? So these are available right off the bat inside our platform. Predefined segments, which is 30+ predefined segments that gets created as soon as you integrate your e-commerce website, whether it's Shopify, Magento, WooCommerce, BigCommerce, doesn't matter. This data gets collected and gets segmented. Custom segments, obviously you can create different types of cohorts. RFM, recency frequency monitoring, where we give out scores, those are also automatically created. You don't have to lift a single finger or click a single button to get them created. We create them for you, right? Because that's how we've built our entire product for direct-to-consumer brands. Again, like I said, SKU level cohorts and their performance extremely critical to manage, but D2C founders, typically a small team working on product, working on supply chain, solving the problems of, sourcing the product and making sure, and then performance marketing. They don't have that time to do these, energy and efficiency to do this kind of cohort level analysis. We have done it for you. We've solved those problems, data problems for you. We've easily, so you can forecast, you can do your merchandise planning, you can do your channel level planning based on the SKU level cohorts that we get created automatically inside the segment, right? Obviously some of the key areas where data is useful is conversion rate optimization. Right? Typically, if I have to explain it in layman's term, if you have 100 people coming onto the website, and I'm talking industry average here, 1.5 to 2% is the conversion rate, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but 1.5 to 2% is typical a conversion rate on your website. That means out of every 100 people that come onto the website, only 2 shop. So what about the 98 people? And that's where your list building capabilities and your conversion optimization comes into play. So when you actually look at your, you build for solving for conversion rates. That means if you can get just 2 more people to shop out of those 100, not right then, but maybe building a sequence or collecting their data and then, selling them at a later date, then also that counts into that conversion rate optimization, right? So that's one of the ways where you can make more money without spending additional marketing dollars. That has to be the key of the business. List building and ensuring that the right product is going to them on the right platform. So if they're email heavy, an email shoots out. If they're SMS or WhatsApp heavy, a WhatsApp goes out with personalized product information. That's what it means to be able to get more conversion out of it. If you can solve for that, that means more money in your pocket without spending additional marketing dollars on Facebook, on Google, or other marketing platforms. Second is obviously repeat purchase, right? The second way you can make more money from your data is making sure that you get repeat purchases, right? And it's easier said than done because you have to first understand what they've bought, how much time they have, because there will be a time between orders. There will be a time which will be a sleeping period where they will not purchase anything from you. If you are too pushy in that time, the consumer is going to churn at that position. So it's extremely critical to understand what is your time between orders, but also understand what products are they buying and how can you either upsell or cross-sell or resell your existing product, right? So we meet a lot of businesses that have a high repeat purchase because of the product that they're selling, right? For example, a beauty cream that's going to go back, that's going to end the bottle in 20 to 30 days. You know, for example, if they like the product, they're going to come back and buy it again. So why not be present at the time you know that they're going to buy and make sure that the journey is very, very easy for them from looking at the product to conversion. Similarly, for people who have low purchase rate, what is that maybe you can cross-sell something. Maybe you can upsell something. And that is also extremely critical to understand what SKU and what product that the person has bought, and how do you ensure that you're there at the right time, at the right place, with the right content, on the right channel for them to make that purchase. So if you do these two things, I think that's very simple. You will make a lot of money. If you make a lot of money, I'm sure I'll make some money right out of it. So it's very, very simple maths for me. If brands that I work with are making money out of my platform, we take a small percentage and we say, let's just partner, and together we can scale your D2C brand. Instead of acting like a vendor and saying that I will make X amount of money, I don't care how much you're making out of my platform. And we don't take that approach. We say, you make money, I make some money. Right, that's a perfectly fit analogy, and that concludes the small presentation that I wanted to give before I invite the panelists that's there at the next panel. But thank you so much for listening to the presentation. I hope that it was a value add, and I hope that you take away some part of it. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Can we have the Wigzo video right now?